It's almost like we know what we're doing. Good evening, guys. How are we all doing? This is the preview show where we talk all about what's going on in the world of golf and also what's gone on in the week before. But the week before is about 6 weeks before, isn't it, at the moment? Because we haven't had any golf. Yeah, I don't count last week, though, because it's not a proper event, is it? It's one of those wheelbarrow events, isn't it, last week, where all those winners, you've had a good year last year, turn up, have some more cash and some FedEx points and move on for the next year. You needed to feel the field. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. Right. Oh, man. Is he? Excellent. Excellent.
Those islands, it's one of those, isn't it? Sometimes it's going to absolutely blow a gale and other times it's not. So you never know quite what you're going to get rolling down there. But it's always a good event. There has been some good winners and there has been some good scoring in the previous years. So where are we going to go? So Ryan, let's start with you. Who are you going to pick this week to win out the gate?
I'm going down the same lines as Marcus. I am going Colin Morikawa.
Pick.
I just think, I think he had a very good year last year. I know it was short and truncated and it was exciting, but he finished fairly strong last year.
Yeah.
There's been a very little gap to it, though. But I think he's definitely going to be one to watch this year throughout the whole year. But I think he's going to start strong this year. So Colin for me.
So, Si, where are you going?
Well, sorry, I was just sorting out some sound issues that.
Yeah, I thought you might have been. You looked like you were fighting with something. We thought we'd leave you to
it. In theory, it was all working great, but we were doing picks, are you? So shall I? Let's put some picks up on the screen so people can actually see the picks. So yeah, if you are watching and you want to get a pick in, and you've managed to stick it this far through me not being able to be seen or heard. Those are the picks on the screen there. I am going to go for, you'll never guess it, my favourite. It's going to start the year with a win. Grillo. Mr. Grillo. He was around and about last year.
The favourite I thought you were going to go with.
You thought it was going to go Daniel Berger, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go, friend of the show, Daniel Berger, of course. No, I'm going to go for Emiliano Grillo, who obviously I have a small affinity for. And he had a good, but without doing anything spectacular last year, didn't he? But he's a good player. He's obviously got the talent and everything. And he's managed to keep his tour card, hasn't he? All those years, just keep his tour card, keep it coming in. And that's good. We've got some picks coming in from the YouTube massive. So we've got Abraham Answer from Glenn Taylor. So thanks, Glenn, for picking Abraham Answer. Excellent player. And it's such a young talent again, isn't he? He's going to be one of those where we're going to hear a lot about him, aren't we, over the next few years?
Yeah, he's a very strong player, isn't he? So I'm going to go it's short. You need to hit it fairly straight. It's a fairly old school track. So I'm going to go with a classical player in terms of he plays it slightly old school in terms of his approach. Doesn't hit it quite as far as some others. But a very good player, Webb Simpson for me.
Webb Simpson.
Controls his golf ball very well. Could do okay if it's windy. And he seems to have sorted that putting out since moving away from the belly putter. He's got it up his forearm, which we can all debate whether that's anchoring as well. That's for another day.
Yeah.
But he seems to have sorted out a method that's worked for him, and he's really got himself up those rankings in terms of the putting as well. So hopefully he'll have a good week, and we can get a win for one of us straight out of the gate. So guys, over any format, if you have got any picks for this week, put them in the description below on YouTube. Hit any of the lives up on any of the social media platforms, and we'll get those in as well.
Yep. I've got a few more picks over here just before we move on.
Go for it.
So the ASSL boys up in Scotland, they're saying that one of them, I'm not sure which one was, but one of them was Emiliano Grillo's scorer at the Scottish Open. So fun fact for the day. And they've picked Adam Scott as their winner. I've got Max Bamforth picking Matthew Wolff, and friend of the show, always a good commenter, Julian Roll. Thank you very much. Sanjay Im, he's gone for.
Yeah, solid.
So
some very, very good picks out there. So good stuff. So this time of year, we obviously have a little bit of controversy at the moment in golf, which we're going to gloss over.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it, but we're not going.
We're not going to.
We're going to rise above it. We're just going to go equipment changes. So who thinks that John Rahm going to Callaway is a good idea?
Yeah, great. Excellent idea. Yep, no problems at all.
Yes, it seemed like a really good idea to him at the time, I'm sure.
Yep. Yeah. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, won't he?
Yeah.
It's just TaylorMade obviously needed to deposit one person out of the stable, didn't they?
Yeah, he probably gets lost in the mix a bit, doesn't he?
Expensive year, I'd say, last year.
Okay.
I'd say the probably worst equipment move in recent years was Justin Rose. I felt his game really apart when he left. The reason he left, we all know why he left TaylorMade, because they wouldn't help him make his irons and Honda gave him a ton of money, but since then I just don't think he's been as anywhere near as good. I mean, he was world number one and playing amazing golf, and I just don't think he's been back since then. And so, is this gonna help John Rahm, or is he gonna go? Is he gonna go down the same line?
We got a question in here. Can Callaway compete in terms of equipment? I think they can. I think you've got to remember these tour pros. They especially when obviously drivers are drivers. They made to a legal limit. They can get a driver that fits them in any brand. To be honest, I think that the irons can be made by anyone. So the irons they play aren't what we're going to buy. Even if they're playing Apex blades, they're not going to be the same steel we're playing with. It's whether they can find a putter, I suppose. If they're a complete bag change, might be the only issue. Would you say?
A ball might be the only. Yeah.
A ball potentially. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Ball, I would say would be the biggest thing. I was actually listening to, doing my. At the moment, I get through a few podcasts, and the NLU boys had got Keith Mitchell on, and they were talking about rolling the ball back. And he said, it's going to make no difference. No. He said, literally, put me on a driving range for 20 minutes with any equipment in the world, and I'll dial that in. No problem at all.
There you go.
It is that good, but it's like, do you trust the implement that you're hitting? The combination of club and ball sometimes will be. But John Rahm apparently used Callaway right through college.
Did he? Okay.
And only went to TaylorMade when he turned pro, so going back is not going to be a massive issue. Obviously, Fleetwood's gone to TaylorMade. I think he's been using TaylorMade woods for a while. He's been hanging on to those old Nike irons for too long. They're finally worn out, and it's like, okay, now he's going to give me a copy of that head pretty much. That's how that's going to work. And obviously, Tiger, Nike to TaylorMade. That's pretty much how that's that's going to work around, isn't it?
Yeah.
He used the same iron that Tiger did. He's going to use the same iron that Tiger does now.
Yeah.
And that'll be the way round. So Adzy's just commented on Facebook. So he's
Evening,
got
Adzy.
Kisner to win.
Excellent.
And value for money, he's got Sabatini, which I'm not having because...
I don't know. Rory Sabatini does like his Hawaiian golf. He's done that before.
Yeah, but just as a person.
Well, yeah, there is that.
No. And
No.
he's got Keegan Bradley as well.
Okay, no, that's not for me. No, I can't get on board with that one.
You've polarised me and Simon with that comment. But we like the first one. I like Mr. Kisner. Good golf game.
Exactly.
So, any other controversial things that aren't that controversial? We're not talking about that man.
Yes, I've got a couple of comments on the YouTube. Apparently, Rahm's phasing out the wedges. The ASL boys are saying that apparently he used the old wedges and putter last week.
He did use the old putter, yes, definitely.
Yeah. I've got seeing Rahm get taught by Ollie Tharbel at the Masters was fantastic to see from Marcus. That was quite a good image, wasn't it? That little clip that went round of Ollie helping him out a bit with his wedges.
Passing the baton.
It's just lovely, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Passing the baton along, obviously, that lovely Spanish generation of players that we've gone through. You know, for us, we were kind of, well, certainly I was on the back end of Ollie and Seve, straight through the Garcia days, and now obviously moving on to Rahm, and obviously all the other young guys coming along as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Got someone else asking about the Sim 2 and the G425 drivers. What do you think about them coming out into market? I think it's just that time of year, isn't it, where you know the manufacturers bringing everything out, and yeah, so there'll be lots of reviews around. Hopefully, we'll get our hands on some bits to do some bits ourselves.
We'll definitely have a hit of the ping. Might have to tap a few people up to get hold of a tailor-made.
I'm sitting here, just down right at the side of me. If I just move this box in a bag, I do have some drivers that we can test when we're allowed to. I've got some Titleists, but they haven't got any shafts in at the moment.
I was going to say, they're going to be a bit hard to hit.
Shafts are over there somewhere.
The 45 series ping stuff, obviously having bought full ping set, what, just over a year ago?
Just under a year ago, yeah. Just under a year.
It wasn't lockdown time.
It was about now.
So yeah, interesting to see how much different they are. As I've got the latest, and I'm starting to dial that driver in. I'd be interested to see if we stick the 425 head in my shaft, which we'd be able to do, and that'd be an interesting test for us, definitely. And I kind of don't want to test it, because if it does turn out better, I'm going to be really annoyed that there's a potential driver on the market that I can hit better. But who knows? It'd be good to test it once we can get back into the testing, into the driving suite and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm excited about.
We've got an interesting test to do as well, Si, haven't we?
We've got some interesting tests to do. Yes.
We've got an interesting test to do.
Yes.
So,
yep. Stay tuned for that.
I need to compare rocket ship 3-wood versus newcomers.
Yes. Yes. The
3-wood's going to get dialed against everything new that's come out.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Adam's 3-wood has been in the bag.
Can you put a price on having the confidence to pull that come out?
That's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? That's going to be the big thing.
How old is your 3-wood, Adam?
More.
No, so 9 years old.
9 years old, and it was second hand when I got it.
That's what I mean. Exactly. I reckon that driver's got to be 12, 15.
More, so
Got to be. You've had that 3-wood as long as I've known you, Adam.
now,
3-wood's probably easily 12 years old, probably.
Yeah. Got to be.
Yeah. I don't know how old it is. Like lost count.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Obviously, it's fast. Especially with drop longer, it's straighter, it's faster, it's better MOIs and all that. What's 10? Well, say 10 years minimum. I mean, that's potentially a lot of difference that you could add to your game if you could find the right thing.
Yeah, and it's
Because
but it's
you
got to
love
have that
it.
confidence for me. Like that's the thing with it. It's that confidence to pull the head cover off and hit it in any situation, which I have with it. Whereas, like with the new one, once you get rid of that club, you lose all of that backstory, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to have to like seriously blow my head off
Oh yeah.
for me to go right. That's gone.
And what's it actually got to do? Because you don't.
It almost needs to break so that I have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't need it to go further, do you? You don't need it to go 40 yards further. That's no good at all, really, is it? I mean, you're not going to give it up, but like.
So why do you need it? No.
Right.
I don't. I just want to test it against all the new stuff.
Exactly.
This is first and
I'm
foremost.
just intrigued.
Mm.
I'm just intrigued that I don't really want anything new. I'm just interested to see what it does against everything else.
Yeah, I've got a comment on YouTube here with Ryan Rosansky saying 3-wood's are one of those clubs, always seems to be the last thing to come out of people's bags. So true, isn't it? You find a fairway wood that you like, you just stick with it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Took long enough to find one.
Yeah.
Now it ain't going anywhere.
Exactly. You've got some other things going on, Adam. You've got some other questions for us, I think.
Yeah, so I've got some questions. So I'm not going to take any credit for this at all. So I was listening to Ben Swanson's Off the Deck podcast.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. So he's done this. So it's quite good. We're going to pick a major winner for each of the majors this year. I'll run through them. We're then going to pick who you think is going to win the Ryder Cup and what you think the score is going to be. And then one wild shout that in golf, professional golf this year, that you think like this is not going to happen, or this is going to happen and it's a bit out there. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the Masters. Okay. So Ryan, who's going to win the Masters?
You say DJ?
It's too close from the last one to the one. The gap is so small, and he was imperious. I just think that, there's like normally you obviously have a whole year of change, maybe sort of slight change in swings and things. It's such a short gap between the two, and he was just immense round there. I mean, there was some good play, but he just blew them out of the water, and yeah, I think it's just too short a gap for anyone to knock him off his perch. And I'm not seeing him, have that green jacket on at a time.
Okay, Si?
I'm going to go... I reckon it's going to be one of the older guard.
Okay.
So...
Bernard Langer?
Yeah, not quite that old. That would be amazing though, wouldn't it? Someone that always does quite well around there, and I think he's going to come out, and it's going to be just one of those weeks where everything goes for him. I'm going to go Mickelson.
Okay. Oh, Philly Mick.
It's just one of those where I just think he always has a chance around that golf course.
Yeah.
Won it twice, knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely. I'm going slightly new school.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a lad that's impressed me since he's come on the scene. Seems to be very solid. He's been up there in a number of major championships, including an Open and the bits and pieces. I'm going to go Xander.
Yeah.
Mr. Schauffele is going to win at Augusta, I think. I think he's got a good fit for the golf course. He hits it a decent distance, good putter, controls the ball well. Beginning to learn the golf course as well.
Yeah.
Which is always going to
so
be
important
around there. So
here we go. Where are we going next?
So we are going to the USPGA at Kiawah Island.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
I'm gonna go Sanjay.
Okay.
The US Open?
I thought again.
USPGA.
USPGA.
USPGA. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sanjay. He had a decent season last year. I think my thing with better than I can pick a blooming winner on the golf, because it could be anyone at any time.
Of course
you
it
know,
could.
it is so hard to pick a winner, isn't it? I mean, if it was that good, we'd all stick our houses on it every week, and we'd make a fortune. But I thought he played some really good stuff. I mean, I hadn't really heard much of him before last year, and I just think he might. The USPGA I always think is one where anyone can win. Like Augusta, you kind of have the guys that know the course well and that. But yeah,
I think Kiowa might be slightly different. It's not a course they go too often.
Which would level it out a bit.
It's not a regular tour stop.
No.
But
would it be more? It'd be better. People know their what's going on. They don't know like the internet, but everyone knows Augusta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Yeah, USPGA. It's going to be windy. It's going to be tough. But yeah, Bryson.
Okay. And I'm going to go with the man that blew everybody out of the water there last time they played it there. He won it by a few in the wind. He's very good. Rory.
That's bold. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
See?
We will. I don't know.
Are we going to have to reset, Brian?
No,
We might do.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Right. So, Tory Pines US Open.
Tiger.
And go.
Tiger.
Tiger. Sigh. Woo. Brian?
Trophy for me. I think he's got one in him this year.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go John Rahm's going to win that.
Okay.
Okay. So, Royal St George's, the Open.
Tyrrell Hatton.
Oh, like that.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
And there'll be some swearing involved, which is brilliant.
In his winners acceptance speech, yeah.
Ryan?
Rory for me.
Oh, yeah. Like it. He does. Right, I'm going out the... Right, it's English winner. Fleetwood's having that.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Westwood. I thought you were going to go Westwood.
Nah. Fleetwood's having that, I reckon.
We've picked the Brits for the British major then. Nice.
Okay, so there are major picks. So Ryder Cup. Ryan, who's winning the Ryder Cup?
Europe
Ryder Cup.
Europe are going to win the Ryder Cup,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay, score? Ish. What's the winning score going to be? Like, they're going to get to 14 and a half, or going to get to 15?
No, I reckon it'll be 15. I reckon it'll be 15. Yeah,
That's what I reckon.
15, 13.
Are we home or away?
We're away.
Yeah.
I think away I think it's gonna be America.
Brilliant. You pick America. That's perfect. You carry on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I want us to win. I want us to win more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I just think they're a bit good on their own soil.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been done before. It'll be done again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to finish this with a wild shout.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I am going to steal Ben's wild shout because it was brilliant.
Okay.
So, Ben, if you're watching, I'm just about to steal all of your material. I've done your questions, now I'm doing your answers.
Good. Perfect.
So, Jordan Spieth is going to finish outside the world's top 100 this year.
What's he at the moment?
85th. Can you believe that?
Major winner.
Multiple major winner, yeah. Yeah, but he's... Yeah, that is... that. If you'd said that 12 months ago, that would have been the wildest shout ever, but are there 22 players that can move ahead of him? There probably are.
It's, when you see the people that are ahead of him, like, they've done nothing.
Yeah, but they've done nothing
But they've
every
done it
week.
more recently.
They've done nothing every week, whereas he's done nothing full stop. Yeah, it's
That's like when Ben said it on the pod, I was just like, whoa.
wow.
I didn't realise he was that far down there. But
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Hey,
crazy.
what a fall from Gray. It's a shame. It's a shame because he was, he's a good golfer. He's a good golfer, and I hope it's not true. I hope that doesn't. I hope he does find some form because he's a good golfer.
Well, still is a good golfer.
Sorry, I'm going to be. He's still a good golfer, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah.
There's no doubt in that.
My wild. It's a bit unwild, but with the chop and change of everyone changing world number one like every week. I'm going to say DJ's going to be one all year. World number one the whole year.
That's bold.
Which I think is tough.
That is tough.
I think that's hard. That's hard now. Because they just, like we say, it's every week, isn't it? Every week. But yeah, I think DJ's going to be number one all the way through. I mean, he's still got a long way to go. It's crazy. That's Tiger, and there's consecutive weeks.
No, that's good.
Yeah, DJ all year.
I like that. Si, what are you thinking?
I don't think Rory's going to win this year.
One for a random thought.
I don't think I've got a lot of random thoughts that I'm not saying of things that I think might happen that I'm not going to say. But I don't think Rory will win this year. I hope I'm wrong. But could you imagine Rory not making the Ryder Cup team?
No, he'll get a pick.
No, he won't not.
Exactly. But imagine him not accruing the points to get in. I don't know if that's even possible, but that could be another wild one, couldn't it?
He'll be there.
Oh yeah, no,
One
don't.
of the ones that came up on the podcast was Koepka not winning.
Koepka not win. Well, if he doesn't win a major, then he probably won't win, will he?
No, he only tries to win 4 things a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that was just a bit of fun. When
I
I
like
heard it
that.
on the podcast today, I thought, all right, we'll have to include that. So Ben, if you're watching, I'm very sorry that I've ripped off your podcast, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Guys, check out the podcast on the deck podcast. It is a good listen. I think they did like nearly I think they did 60 pods last year. So
Very good.
Pretty constant.
Very impressive.
Good listen.
Nice work. Right, so come on then. I'll finish this off then. What are you boys going to achieve in 2021 in your golf?
I'm going to play a professional event because there might actually be one to play in. I've got one for this.
Go on then.
I am going to keep stats constantly for the first time in my life, I think.
Good.
And I'm going to use Spider Golf.
You're going to use Spider, are you?
Yes.
Cool.
Use Spider Golf. It seems very good. It seems very in depth. I can draw on it and then practice from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
You put me on the spot, so you go next. What's your last year of Project Left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
So Project Left should
3 year.
Project Left should finish in August. We'll see whether it does or not. I don't know about that. Right, so we're going to have a couple of questions on here from YouTube just quickly while I have a think. Rory being on time for his tea time in America from Marcus, and a couple of equipment ones. So Adzi said around 4 years ago I still had my junior 3-wood in my bag.
Nice.
And Marcus Lee says, is it okay to keep a putter for 12 years? Yes, that's fine, Marcus. Yeah, putters are absolutely fine.
Tiger's proven that one.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm worried and very pressing that we may lose this because
We've got less than a minute.
we've got less than a minute on Zoom as there was a small misunderstanding with Zoom this week.
Okay.
So stand by. If we do disappear, hopefully we'll be back as quick as we possibly can. So someone will put the little screen up and then we'll jump back on.
Let's do that now. They can listen to some music for 10 seconds while we do that. Go.
Yeah, right. See you in a bit, guys. We'll be back.
By the way, I'm still here.
Sorry.
I just realised I could continue talking to them. They couldn't hear me, but I could continue talking if they wanted to hear me.
Yeah.
And I think they probably still
Right,
can hear me.
Well, maybe. Just waiting for Adam to come back in. Here he comes.
Here he comes. Right, I think we're back. Don't think that was too painful.
There we go. That was quick.
I don't think they missed too much.
Sorry.
I only noticed halfway through the second time I was running the intro music that they could probably still hear me jibber jabbing and clicking away on the computer. But okay, so you were gonna tell us what your goal was for 2021, Ryan.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be hard to call because it depends how much they pay. Obviously, with what's going to work, I'd like to keep that little 3.5 point cut thanks to the change of handicap system.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest cut I've ever had, and I didn't have to play a lot of golf, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to play quite a lot of golf, but
Time to play for some money then.
yeah. So, but I think with golfing wise, I'd definitely like to get the three of like when we can get three of us and we find 4 ball or 2 here and there, and we'll get out there. We just go and play some golf courses, and I hope all you guys at home want to do that and see us go out and let us know where you want us to go and play. If there's your local course or somewhere where we'll invite, we'll happily come and play golf with you lot.
Yeah, they definitely concur with that.
A bit more exploratory golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, so I kind of stomped on what you were going to, because of Project Left finishing, but have you got a goal on them?
Yeah, so I would agree with what you said, that the 3 of us plus potentially a subscriber, a follower on their golf course would be a really interesting series to do. Would be a really interesting thing, where we can go to their golf course, they can show us around, have a 4 ball, make a day of it, that sort of thing. I think that would be really interesting. I think viewers would like to see that.
Yeah.
I think for me, obviously, without giving any spoilers to the few people that are watching before tomorrow night, I just broke 80 just before the back end of the year, and that video comes out tomorrow. So I would like to consistently break 80, and I'd love to break 75. That's the next scoring goal. Single figures isn't a million miles away. I'm 10.1 index now, so single figures would be the next big thing. And actually then the next goal after that would be actually to play off single figures round Berry, because as you know, at round Berry it's two shots more than your index every time you tee it up. So that would be it for me, to get to single figures, what I would call properly round Berry rather than just on your index. To break 75 I think would be amazing, and if I could do that before August, then I'm probably happy with what I've done with Project Left. But yeah, especially as I've got other plans for 2022 that aren't golf related, and I'm not sure I particularly need or want Project Left hanging over me for another year after that. But having said that, I've almost had a year ruled out this year, so maybe an extra extension for a year isn't beyond the realms.
I've got a question for you, Simon.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you feel, or how do you feel about your golf game, like coming into this season compared to where we were year 1? And would you be prepared to peg it up in something with me?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're talking about SGU Felixstowe jobby.
No. I'm talking about a better ball competition that we might have played in before.
Oh, what? Well, we didn't really play. We got soaked. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely play in that with you, obviously. Whether I'd play, I'd love to.
What we're talking about is a 4 ball event on the East region.
Mm-hmm.
So we can qualify out.
Yeah.
We haven't played in it. I haven't played it with you for 2 years, I think.
2 or 3 years.
Just because obviously you weren't at the confidence where you felt you wanted to be left-handed to take that out on course.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
It's good to hear, obviously, that confidence has changed in that 3-year period, and you've got to that stage where you believe that actually pegging it up this year is actually something you'd be happy to do.
Yeah, I'd be happy. I mean, I'd have been happy to have a go at it potentially last year, but it's more about not letting you down loads and not letting yourself down. I'm not too fussed about that, because my left-handed stuff, I don't have any scar tissue. It is what it is, I've only been playing a small amount of time, so yeah. But yeah, if East Region 4-ball bettable championships happen, then yeah, definitely, let's go playing it.
2nd of June it's meant to be.
2nd of June, perfect. Ryan, don't book any work for that day.
Cruise Hill.
Is the same place then? Is it?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, same place.
Good. Cool. Yeah.
We turned up last time, and there was a tractor in the middle of the fairway.
Yes.
I've got a quote from Instagram, Max, what's that?
Bound for Charlie Woods.
Golf. He wants to know what we... Charlie Wood.
Yeah.
He wants to know, what do we think of Charlie Wood? I mean, if he's not a mini-me, I don't know what it's like. Even
he was never going to be
club
bad.
twirl... No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But yeah, everything, like the club twirl, the stance, the way his hand... Like, if you watch his right hand drops exactly the same as his dad's, I mean, it's a talent.
Why wouldn't you copy your dad if he's Tiger Woods?
The whole world copies Tiger Woods. If Tiger's your dad, you're going to copy him, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just thought it was a really cool relationship they had.
Yeah.
I think you can tell they've played a lot of golf together. It isn't the fact that, oh, here's Charlie, I'm going to unleash him on the world. It was literally like, right, I think you're old enough now where you could deal with the media scrutiny. You can deal with the situation. His golf game's obviously good enough. It was just getting him to the point where people jump all over him. I love the fact that he had a bit of banter with, like, they had
Justin Thomas.
JT at the group the first set, and he wrote the note for him and left it in the bunker that said, this is a draw hole, and he hit a fade into the bunker. So he obviously plays with those boys quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's around those people and feels quite comfortable at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just great. And his golf game's only going to get better. He's quite small, isn't he, as a kid? He's still quite young, but like, he's going to have unlimited access to tailor-made kit, and he's got his dad to fall back on. It's not a bad blueprint, really, is it?
No, definitely. I need.
For him though, being Tiger's son, like you're going to have to live with that on your back as a great golfer of Odd. Are you going to be the greatest golfer of his generation? And there's a lot of pressure on there. And obviously he dealt with it nicely. I mean, it was quite a friendly game, wasn't it? It was a friendly tournament. There was very little pressure on there. I'd be interested to see. Obviously, it's going to be quite a few years yet before we actually see him on his own out there competing. But
ultimately he doesn't need to be his dad either.
No.
I think his dad enforced that on him, that he needs to do his own thing and make his own way. And if golf isn't a part of that, I think Tiger would be quite happy to see him go in a different direction and be a doctor or something, whatever. It doesn't have to be related at that stage.
No,
it just happens to be something that they both enjoy doing together at the moment, which is fantastic. I love the TikToks that Charlie hit, and then he just gave him a thumbs up, and Tiger didn't even bother hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Just trust him, bang, put back in the bag, right, done.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and that was.
I've got a follow-up from that.
Yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
No. I was just going to say that. Just agreeing that it was that Texas Scramble event is a nice, safe way to get him in the spotlight. He didn't, he had massively forward tees. He had to hit 1 or 2 shots a hole. I mean, he did hit some cracking golf shots. And yeah, I think that's the thing, that they're just gonna use him as and when they feel ready, the tournaments are right or whatever. He's gonna play a bit more junior stuff, I reckon, next year. So he started to play a bit of stuff last year where the media was sort of following him, but yeah, they won't do anything until he's ready. There's no point putting him out there because he's always going to have that pressure, and I think ultimately that pressure will be the deciding factor. If he really, really wants it enough, then obviously he's got all the support in the world. But if he doesn't want, because you have to work so hard to be a tour pro, you have to want it more than anything else. And when you've already got the house, the lifestyle, everything, it's difficult to know whether he'll really want it enough to make it. And time will tell, and it'll be an interesting, fun adventure.
Yeah.
Go on then, follow up.
Follow up then from Matt. He says, another question, do you know about Michael Welsh? I don't. Michael Welsh?
Don't think so.
No, fill us in there, Max. Let us know. What, is it someone we should be looking out for, or let us know on Insta?
It's very difficult, isn't it? With
people commenting on the YouTube.
No, I'm going to follow up on your Welsh. I'm going to guess that he's a junior golfer that's coming through. And just to follow up on that, is it's very, very different to being a superstar at 11, 12, 13, as it is to then being able to make it out on tour. It is super, super hard. That doesn't mean that you should ever give up, because you could be the one that does do it, because you've seen it, you've seen it so many.
Over your left shoulder.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's definitely the exception to the rule, isn't he? I mean, he's.
But there's a guy that wanted it more than anybody in the world.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Trey, and you know a bit more about this possibly than I do, but I would say it's just Poulter and Robert Rock on tour that are PGA qualified.
I think Paul Dunn is.
Yes, yeah.
I think Paul Dunn is. Paul Lawrie was, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it still is, obviously,
yeah,
but
it's not tour.
Retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not many that have gone through.
No, so it's a super, super talent that they have to
Ben Barham would have been one.
to make it as a player.
Zane Scotland, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, Zane was possibly the other way around, wasn't he? He was possibly on tour first.
Yeah.
And then qualified. But yeah, no, good questions. I like it. No, I've got no more questions in here. I think that probably just about wraps us up for tonight, doesn't it?Uld you say? It's been fun. Do enjoy these chats. Ryan, Adam's off on Facebook. He's chatting to someone on Facebook.
So Max says yes, he is one of the best junior golfers at the current time. So so maybe something to look out for. And
hope for the best for him. Fingers crossed. Yeah, definitely.
If he's as good as you think then it's nice to sort of have fresh talent.
Oh, of course it is.
Coming through the ranks. I'm quite looking forward to. I know there's sort of some picks of mine at the back end of last year. Abraham Answer, I think he's going to have a good year this year.
Yeah. He's been picked for this week. I don't know if you heard, but he's been picked for this week as a winner.
Yeah. So he's. I think he could have a breakthrough year. But yeah, it's nice to see some fresh guys, some fresh talent coming through.
And it's nice to see people from all over the world start to come through. So like I know the Ryder Cup's become very competitive, but before it went to Europe, it really wasn't. But also I think the President's Cup's going that way as well. It's becoming that sort of battle for the US, where it's almost like turn up, thump them off the face of the planet and go home. Whereas I don't think it's quite that now. So like your likes of Abraham Answer, your Joaquin Neiman's, and all of these guys are starting to come through. Sanjay Im's start to get this team together, where all of a sudden they can start to give it back to America a little bit in these events, and it's going to be great for the global game, and everybody's going to want to watch it a little bit more, rather than rocking up at a random golf course watching the US pummel some international team into submission. Whereas it's great that they went to Royal Melbourne, and that course was just incredible and such a great fit for the competition, but it actually became more of a competition because there's so many international players now that and you've obviously got the Olympics this year, so that's another topic that you're going to have to go into, the reason that Sabatini's gone to Slovakia is for the fact that he can go and play in the Olympics.
Exactly.
It's the only reason that he's gone that way.
Yeah. And who can blame him? You know.
Who are we sending? Are we sending Rose?
No. No. Rose won't go. Hatton and Fleetwood.
Yeah, top 2 ranked at the time.
Oh, is that Welsh, is it?
Yeah.
Top 2 ranked.
Yeah.
It's got to. It's the only fair way to do it.
Yeah.
Who went with Rose last time? Casey?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
I'm trying to think of this today. So I think it's Paul Casey, but I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think it... That wasn't Donald, was it?
What is it? If you ever had one.
I think it was...
Who went with Chuck Rose as the other English... it'd be Great Britain, wouldn't it? So it wouldn't necessarily be an Englishman.
No, but I think for the first, because it was only the first time, wasn't it? I think that Rose got the pick, and then did he not have quite a bit of a say in who he went with? Because it was like the first time golf had been there. I'm not sure if that was, because obviously they'd have probably had to room together and stuff, wouldn't they?
Let's really hope that whoever goes, that we get it going on, because it was a big shame to miss out on the Olympics last year. It's such a massive event, like, you know, not just for for the sportsmen who've trained for 4 years and then
are they gonna
pulled away from them. So let's hope that we get a competition this year of however they manage to do it.
Let's hope it happens. Yeah, are they likely to make it 3 years for the next cycle, do we reckon, or?
I'm probably sure they will put it back onto the correct cycle.
Yeah, because it needs to, because obviously like things like athletics, it's World Championships 2 years, Olympics 2 years.
Yeah, Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Every other, yeah. So I would think that they would try and put it back, but who knows? Like
we don't know how long it's going to drag on for, do we? What we're going through at the moment.
No.
So good.
On a good note though, the grandparents got the call today.
Oh, good.
To get jammed in the arm.
They're off to get lovely. So that's great. And I know obviously we do have some viewers from across the pond and all that. And let's hope that everyone once it gets okayed by lots of other countries, because UK, have got the okay up front, and we were the first, but. Let's get it rolled out and let's get everyone jabbed up.
You're particularly keen, so you can get working.
No ulterior motive there at all, Ryan, was there?
No, I was going to say that we can all get back out and play in 4 balls, because that's what we really want to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all want to get play in 4 balls.
Want to play?
Just want to play, yeah.
And,
I'm glad I played over Christmas.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not sure when I'll play again.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss those ball lifters. That is one thing. Once they finally go, those I don't know how many golf clubs are still using the ball lifter. I noticed that our 9-hole course has them, but our 18-hole course has the
foam,
has the lagging in it instead. So the foam in it instead. So, but we'll see. It'll be.
Ness had a good one. They had a golf ball with the stick. Like drilled through the middle and then round the bottom of the flag.
Okay.
So it doesn't drop as
on top of the golf ball and just went round and round. It's quite good.
Nice. Just anything that doesn't make the pin thicker, that's the key to that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
So I think we've about covered everything, chaps.
We're there, I think. I think that's a good time to say goodbye to everyone. And yeah.
Say goodbye to Facebook. Goodbye Facebook.
Bye Facebook.
Yeah. By Instagram. I mean, I say goodbye. There's no one on Instagram. Like they pop in and then they leave, and they all come over here. I'm sure they're all here. Rightio. Nice to speak to you guys. If you're still here at the end, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.